I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Actually, let me see here. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you? Somebody indicated that they can hear me.
Maybe the sound thing.
The sound.
Here.
Is it? It's.
Here.
Oh yeah. So it's working. Okay.
Can they hear you?
Can you hear me? The microphone is right there, right? Or...
Oh no! This one doesn't have a microphone.
Oh. You. So you can hear me? That's wonderful. Thank you for responding. Yeah, they can hear me.
Next time use this one.
Okay, I'll use that one next time. So the school Wi-Fi isn't working right now, so I cannot jump onto my my usual MacBook Air that I use. So it's very good to see all of you today. 6 of you are joining me. I'm going to share screen. Okay, so sharing screen. But do you have any questions so far? Any thing that you would like to check with me first before we begin? Okay. Okay, so let's talk about this week, seeing that I don't see any question at all or comments. So, yes, let's talk about that. I'm gonna go to module. And we're talking about the personal essay still, and it is under week 4 discussions forum. So let's scroll down, and hopefully people are posting, and they are posting. You guys are posting, so wonderful. I usually just go to the next person. So then Julia would be paired with Jose. Okay. So that's how I do. I often do this. So then Christopher and Adola. Abdullah. Hi. Eris and Kana. So Eris and Kana, please pair up. Rihanna and Diana. No, it's gonna be random. Okay, so it's random based on this. So you need to post your essay first before I can pair you. Okay. Please post your draft immediately. Okay, so I've gotten to Mynt here, but there's no one else after him. So to go back to Raylene's question, I don't see your post here, Raylene. So you need to post your link. Okay, you need to post your document up so that someone who posts either before or after you can work with you on your draft. Yeah, I'm hoping that more people will join us with this assignment. Otherwise, they'll just lose out on half credit if they don't do the peer editing. So the maximum they can get for this assignment would be 15. So really try to get it in so that I can enable you to the opportunity to complete this task. Okay, so since I'm here, let's talk about the rest of the tasks on this forum. So this handout right here was what I was talking about when I wrote those comments. So you need to finish or complete this handout after you read their draft. Okay? So complete it, and then you need to sign in, right? And I'm gonna sign in. Thank you, Nasreen. So I'm gonna sign in, and I'm gonna show you how to duplicate it on Google Drive. And most of you probably know this already. So after I've signed in, right, you have to sign in first, open up the link, go to File, and then make a copy, right? Make a copy, and then you can change the title. So change it to maybe your peer's name. So let's see, let's go back to the discussion, and I pair, let's say that Julia is my peer. I'm gonna say Julia's draft. Personal essay. So I'm gonna save it into a folder that I can easily access, or the right folder on my drive. Okay, so use the folder system in drives to organize your stuff. Be organized is key to being successful. That's always been my motto, but I'm demonstrating, so I'm just gonna randomly select one. Okay, so it's gonna be EVC. This one. Okay, so click select and then click OK, right? Click OK, and then your copy will be created. And once it has been created, then you can modify it. Okay. So I'm not going to do that since I don't need to do that. You can handwrite on this handout if you feel that there's a need for you to handwrite. So if you handwrite and you fill this out by hand, use your smartphone and take a picture and then upload it to to the forum. So under the forum, I think, see this attach button right here? This attach button allows you to attach a file from your computer, okay? So I just realized that the camera was off. So we adjusted it. So you can adjust. You can attach any file to the forum this way. So you can attach and then post your reply. And then so if Julia was my peer, then I would click reply to her, right? Click reply directly to her underneath her name. So one more time, just underneath her name, there's a reply button. So click reply, and then I would attach, oops, what happened? Cancel. For some reason I cannot reply. Oh, because I already replied to her. So, so I can also modify my reply to her, right? So if I wanted to do that, I click and then attach by another reply. So if you do that, then you can do the attached thing. So the idea then of this activity is to enable you to help each other out and improve your draft. So let's look at Julia's draft. It seems that Julia has done a really good job with MLA format, including her original title. So kudos to Julia. And it seems that she has long enough, right? Roughly, let's do the word count. She has, yeah, the required amount of word. So those two things are checked for her. It's looking good. She also has, okay, so if she's doing a list like this, it should be called works cited. It should not be called references because we're using MLA. References is for APA, okay? So be careful with that. APA uses references, but MLA uses works cited. And the difference, if you can hear me well, and you need to speak up if you cannot, and I've been assuming that people can hear me well. The difference between APA references list and an MLA works cited list is that for the MLA, everything you put on the works cited, you need to use in your paper. For APA, you don't have to use the references. The references are just there for you to reference. That means that the writer is considering and looking at these sources as they write their essay. But for MLA, if the item, the source shows up here, that means that implies that the writer has actually drawn a quote or a fact or something or the argument and use that actual source in their essay somewhere. Okay, so that's the difference between APA and MLA. And it seems that Julia is not really doing the right essay. So it seems that she's doing an argumentative research-based essay, and which is not the correct assignment. The assignment is a personal essay. That means that she has done the wrong essay, okay? So I'm gonna tell her that. I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna edit my response. Julia, oops, I misspelled her name. Good job with the MLA heading and the page number in the header section. I'm glad to see your using sources for your APA style references list, but we are using MLA. Moreover, your essay is not a personal essay. And after glancing at it, I think your essay is research-based argumentation. By nature. You need to revise this essay so that it captures what Ballinger captures the personal essay genre according to chapter 3, writing a personal essay from Ballinger's The Curious Writer. Okay, so it seems like she has, even though she has written a complete essay that meets the word requirement, you know, and she formatted it correctly, it's not the right essay. Okay, so be sure that you are writing the right essay. We're not dealing with argumentation yet. So Jose's essay, yeah, it looks pretty, yeah. Even though he has the works cited list here and it's not correct, not formatted correctly, upon first glance, it seems he discusses his personal experiences more, and it's got ties to his controversial topic, but the argumentation doesn't overtake the entire essay, if you will. Okay? So be sure that it is personal for the most part. Now you can argue, you can always argue for your controversial issue in this essay, but it should primarily be personally connected. If you need a refresher on the personal essay, you need to look at chapter 3. If you wrote something like Julia's essay right here, that tells me that you have not really looked at chapter 3. And I've even provided the slide share for you. Okay, so there's no reason why you should write you shouldn't be able to write a personal essay in the first place. Hi. So writing a personal essay. Okay, so just to remind you that we do need to follow Bruce Ballinger's The Curious Writer, chapter 3, called writing a personal essay. Okay, so this is the slide share for it. So let me provide this link to you again. So I hope that Julia will be able to view this Zoom recording that I will make it available to you guys on my YouTube channel. Okay, so just to remind you, YouTube channel, I've been posting, sorry for all this personal videos, but I got a playlist going on for our class. So I've been putting the recordings that I deem useful for everybody. So I don't know why I deleted this. I'm gonna remove it. Hold on. My God, what is the text? Why is it so hard to drag this apart? I'll deal with it later. So as you can see that I posted a video this week on Tuesday, so September 26th. So this Zoom recording, I've been recording it. So I will put it up as well. Yeah, it's recording. I was just making sure. So here is the link to my playlist again, okay? Just in case you want it. So I posted 2 links now to the chat window that tells you about the playlist here, our Zoom recordings. So Jose's essay seems to be okay, but I'm gonna give him some feedback. Your essay looks like it's on the right track at first glance, meaning that I haven't actually read it, right? I just looked at it in a hurry. After looking at your MLA works cited list, I noticed that you have not formatted it correctly. you can look at this website for more information or ask me during a Zoom meeting on how to format it correctly, okay? That's too British. So question reply. Oh, I haven't put the link yet. Oops. MLA 2018. So the works cited basic right here. And then the sample papers right here, sample works cited right here as well. I'm gonna give him this link. Whoops. Does anyone here want me to look at your essay together with you? Do you have an essay up here that we can look at, or can you provide a link to your essay so that I can give you direct feedback? Okay, so anyone with an essay ready for me to give you some feedback? Somebody say something because I'm kind of worried. I'm thinking I'm talking to myself now. Yes, Raylene, thank you for reassuring me that you're following along. Yes, I certainly can. Okay, so tomorrow, if you go back on Zoom and then ask me, we can definitely look at your essay. Okay, thank you. Yes, I will. I'll make myself. I'll try to make myself available tomorrow. I have so many meetings. Like I have a meeting at 1 o'clock with the staff development committee that I have to end at 1. So today and then tomorrow I have another department meeting at I think it starts at 2, but I'll try. I'll see what I can do to go online and help you out. All right, so let's look at Mynt's essay, and I saw his link down here earlier. So, okay, so as you can see, Mynt, I cannot access your document, so I'm gonna request access. Okay, so it's very important that when you share, you do this, right? Can view. I'm not sure why I wasn't able to view it, but if you say can view and then you copy this and then you post it, right? So anybody should be able, with the link, should be able to view it. Okay, so could you fix that for me, and then I can look at it with you. Then, so right now I cannot view it. Okay, so I'm gonna try one more time refreshing this. So it's useless if your peers or me cannot view your document like it shows here. So be careful with that. Just even though it's ugly, just paste the link like what I'm showing here. Okay, if you paste the link like that, it works. Okay, so until you grant me access or you do something else, I cannot give you feedback because I can't access it. Okay, so let's look at Diana, or let me see who else is online that we can look at together. Okay, besides Mynt, other people haven't posted their essay yet. So, but let's look at Diana's essay together. Okay, so she's shown me her pre-write, which is awesome, and her outline, which is even more awesome. And then it seems like it is just a very, very rough draft. Okay, so okay, but looking at her outline, I can see that she's trying to write a different type of essay, and it's not personal. Okay, by from looking at it at first. So I'm gonna tell her. At first glance, your essay looks like an argumentative expository essay instead of personal. Please be sure that the majority of your essay is personal in by nature. Okay. If you're not sure what I mean, take a look at Ballinger's chapter 3 again on writing a personal essay. Okay, so another student seems to me has done an incorrect essay. So let's look at Rihanna's. Yeah, right. She's talking about herself right here, and then she's talking more about herself here. More about herself, yeah, with dialogues, which is even awesome, right? I'm sorry, I keep using that word. This is great. So yes, this looks like she's on the right track, okay? And there's no need for you to do any MLA works at it. Okay, so I have a question from Min. Let me address that, but first let me respond to Rihanna. Your essay is on the right track, which is that, which is mainly personal. Okay, so I don't know, but I'm gonna stop share the screen, stop sharing the screen, and then you can share your screen with us. And then is that okay, Min? Would you like to do that? And then when we look at your screen together, I can walk you through it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop share, and then you're gonna click on you're gonna click this green button in the middle of the screen, and then click share the screen with us, so that I can help you share the document on using Google Drive. Yeah, I've already stopped sharing my screen, so you can share yours. Go ahead. If you're not at a computer, it's kind of hard for you to share your screen. You can also share your screen when you use your iPhone or you use your smartphone as well, but you have to bring up the document for us to look at. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to do a different way. I'm going to show you how to share your thing. Okay, so first you need to open your document in your Drive. Okay, so you have to log in first. You have to actually log in first before you can share it, before this button can show up. If you are not logged in to your Gmail, to your Drive, you won't be able to share. Okay, so is that clear, Min? I am on campus right now. Oh yeah, okay. So Min, I am on campus right now. If you need to see me in person, you can. Okay, I'm on campus. I'll be in the library somewhere, and so you can text me if you want to see me, and I can help you one-on-one in person. Min, you can meet me on campus in the library, and text me if you're also on campus, so we can work together on this. Okay, so my text number again is 256-1453. Okay, so if you happen to be on campus and you need one-on-one assistance, you can come see me. And I'll be here all the way until 8:30. So I'll be leaving campus after 8:30 p.m. tonight. But then I also have labs and I have meetings. So you need to arrange a meeting with me, see if I could help you with during my free time, my downtime, okay? So going back to week 4 then, you have the links again to chapter 1, 2, and 3, and 4 of our book, The Curious Writer, on the slide share format here. So take a look at the slide shares again, especially this one, chapter 4. Previously, I asked my students to read it, but then I've been finding these slide shares to be quite useful. So you don't have to read the chapter if you can understand what to do from looking at the slide share. Okay, so we'll be writing a profile essay, and this chapter talks about profile. Okay. So the profile essay won't be due in about 3 or 4 weeks. Yes, thank you, Min. Please do that so I can, when I check back later, I can give you some more feedback on your essay. So back to this. This is just a way of me reminding you to really look at the chapters, because we're using this book, The Curious Writer, to help guide us with most of our assignments, including the personal essay. If you wrote an essay without looking at this chapter, right? You'll be writing an essay like what Julia and others have done. So you don't want to do that, because even if you submit that essay to me, I'll just push it right back at you saying you wrote the wrong essay. Please retry, right? So you don't want to be writing the wrong essay because you don't read the chapters or you don't look at these slide shares. So this task is another reminder for you to use a book. We have a book for a reason, and to follow the instructions given in this book along with my instructions, so that you can do the correct assignments. Otherwise, it would just be not looking good for you. So the letter to the editor and the interview paper come after the personal essay. So here is the instructions on the letter, but right now most of you are worried about the personal essay anyway, so you probably won't have any free time and cognitive power, cognitive ability to look at this assignment yet, but it's here for you if you happen to be on top of things and you got things rolling, you can go ahead and and follow the instructions here, and then try to locate your editorial article and try to use this template to write your letter. Okay, this template allows you to look at an example of the pre-write and the outline. Just the lights here. I don't know how to turn it on. Hold on. But I guess it's okay to sit in the dark, I guess. So this shows you an outline, and then it shows you a student sample letter right here, right below. Okay? Brian was one of my students previously. And he wrote that, so he had given me permission to use his work here. So this letter allows you to, this template allows you to see the samples, and it gives you guidance on how to write this letter. So the letter comes after the personal essay. After that, then we do the interview paper. The reason why I tell you about the interview paper now is for you to think about and arrange, not only think, but arrange an interview with someone who has expertise knowledge on your controversial topic, right? That's the same topic that you've been following so far, that you selected. For example, Julia, I think she selected abortion or something. I've gotten. Yeah, she selected abortion. So then Julia's potential interviewee, the person that she would probably best benefit from by talking to this person would be maybe a registered nurse working in an abortion clinic. Okay, if you're following the homelessness issue in the Bay Area, maybe you can talk to an employer or a worker at the housing authority and get their perspective on this issue, or you can just maybe work up the courage to go interview a homeless person. So for the purpose of this task, I'm asking you to write your plan. What is it that you would like to do for your interview? And who is it that you would like to ask? And how would you approach this person asking him or her for an interview? And the interview does not need to be formal. It could just be casual, or just grabbing coffee together with this person, or sitting down in his or her, excuse me, his or her office, and then talk to her like you would talk to any coworker. All right. Do you have any question on this? What question do you have for the letter and the interview paper so far? Okay. If no question, I assume that you're getting this, unless you tell me otherwise. So that would be week 4 discussions forum. Going back to week 4 module, you have the place, the assignment thread. I call this assignment thread for you to submit by clicking on this button right here, and then on your end, there's gonna be a button that's gonna enable you to submit. Zion has already submitted his paper, but then he submitted the wrong thing, so I'm going to delete this because that's not that doesn't look like his final draft. Okay, so then he needs to resubmit his final draft to this assignment thread in the first place. But before getting here, he needs to, along with those of you who haven't done the peer review. Now you, of course, you have the option to skip it. You don't have to participate in the peer review. It is an assignment, but of course, you choose not to do your assignment. What else can I do? So if you don't want to do this, then fine. Just submit your final draft here. Okay, whatever you consider as final draft. Most likely, you get a low score on it. But if you're crunch on time, whatever reason, personal reason that disable you from submitting or participating in our peer review, then just at least try to submit your draft. The peer review will be unavailable by the end of this Sunday. So if you don't participate now, you won't be able to participate after this week. And the reason I said that is up to this point, I have been accepting late work from people without reinforcing the late penalty that I have on the syllabus. So I've been quite accommodating because I realized that I put up these modules not timely enough. So I've been understanding. So I haven't, stopped accepting late work, which doesn't mean that I will continue doing that. So especially towards the end of the semester, when I have little to no time to accommodate late work, I will just simply not accept any late work. Okay, so just be careful with that. But right now it is still early in the semester, so go ahead and submit any late work that you missed, and you will still be able to get full credit for submitting something late. But those of you, I realize that this is not fair to those of you who have been on top of things, submitting your work on time. So I really appreciate your understanding on this and to continue forward, because the best benefit of being on top is, of course, you're gonna finish strong, and you know you're not perpetually behind, and eventually that will be beneficial to you in the long run. So keep up the good work. If you've been submitting work on time and doing everything that you should be doing, so kudos to you. The other thing is journal number 3. For this week, this is on week 3 required reading. So click on this link right here, which should take you to this page, and then your journal number 3 needs to be on one of these bullets. Okay, if you've been reading the sympathizer, you should keep writing your journals on the sympathizer. And for journal number 3, you should focus on chapter 3 and 4. Okay. Now earlier I skipped the required readings for week 4, and this is here. Week 4, we are dealing with chapter 5 and 6 of the sympathizer. That means that by the end of Sunday, you need to be finished. You need to be at the end of chapter 6. This is our pacing. Now, if you like the book so far and you would like to go ahead and read more, go ahead and do so. You know, it will help save you some time later on. So keep on reading. That doesn't have, you don't have to stop at chapter 6. But you can also you also have the other items here, and I've already included the links to this essay already in the previous forum, discussions forum, but I decided to include it here again because these are excellent personal essays. They are published personal essays, and if you are still confused on what the personal essay looks like, you need to look at these published exemplars. Okay, these are prolific professional writers who wrote and published their personal essays. You can see, after looking at these, you can have a clear picture on what I would expect and what others would expect to see from a personal essay. Okay. Anyways, back to journal number 3. The same thing that we've been doing for the previous 2 journals. It's just one quote from one of those bullets, and then write a full page, and then submit it to this assignment thread by clicking here. Right, there's a submit button here. I have nothing yet. I have nothing yet from you for journal 3, so be sure to get it into me by Sunday. And then that would be it for week 4. Okay. What questions do you have for me? Anybody? I gotta go. I gotta get to a meeting, which is luckily nearby, so I have 8 minutes to address any question you might have. As you think of your question, let me take attendance. Seven of you have joined me today, so I'm very glad to see that. Minutes, Jung is here, Dice is here. Okay, Raylene, thank you for responding again. Edna, thank you for telling us about that event. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen my latest announcement, this event costs $10 with a student ID. Yes, you can. Steve, you can turn in any missing work up until this point for full credit. Okay, so please go ahead and work backward and then get as much assignments in to me as possible. Okay, so this event is $10 and is highly recommended. So the link is here. You can buy the ticket and read more about it. It is at San Jose State. So Edna made me aware of that, and thank you for doing so. Anyways, how do you know what assignment submitted? Okay, so let me address that. Yeah, well, you can go to any computer and get your work done. So visiting like a library, a public library, or even being on campus, EVC campus has plenty of computers for you in the library. But yeah, if all you got is your phone, that could be problematic when you take an online class. But access to a computer nowadays should be easy for us, unless you live in a rural area, and in that case, perhaps an online setting isn't the best choice for you at the moment. But yes, do whatever you can. Okay, so I do wish you luck with getting the assignments in. Raylene. So let me address Edna's question after I take attendance. Where's Raylene? Here she is. And Steve, good to see you, Steve. Steven, or Steve, sorry. And I got everybody, I think. So you know how after you log on to Canvas, oops, you're gonna see this. Okay, Steve, thanks. You're gonna see this to-do list, right? I have a lot of to-do items. Edna, if you have cleared every to-do items, that means you're on top of things. Coming up items are coming up, right? That's what it says, coming up. So and you can also see the due date, right? So the to-do items on the right side, or if you do this, and it's gonna be at the bottom. Okay, it says to do. So if there's no item under to do, that means you're good. You're caught up. You're all caught up. And if there's a lot of to do items for you, I recommend that you click the one on top, the one at the very top. That means that's the oldest one that needs your attention right away. Or you can start at the bottom to get the most the most recent assignment done first, and then work backward. Okay, so this to-do list is helpful as a reminder. But of course, you can also go to our module, right? The modules, and then follow it, or you can go to assignments, right? And discussions, and then look, and most importantly, go to grades. Grades shows your updated status or updated grades in the class. So when you look at grades and you check it often, you know that you know where you are, you know, with this class. And if you don't like a grade that you see here, perhaps the best choice would be to contact me and see why you got that grade, or how you can get out of that zero, things like that, right? So so just a few pointers there. Hopefully that's helpful. Any other questions so far? You're welcome, Edna. I'm gonna try to go to that event, but it occurs at a time when I have class, so I might have to take my class there with me, or just cancel class. I'm thinking of taking my class with me to go to that event. This event here, I really want to see him. He's writing the sequel to the Sympathizer. Yes, the personal essay is due this Sunday, final draft. Well, correct. So try to get your rough draft done first, right? For the week 4 discussion form. Where's that at? Right here. Try to get this done first, and then work towards your final draft. Because again, this is the peer editing part is worth 15 points. So you don't want to lose out on that point now. And this is time sensitive because it will close out, and you won't be able to complete this task after Sunday. after the due date, okay? I'm thinking of giving you extra credit, yeah. Actually, Edna, you submit the first draft to here for people for me to pair you with another person. And then that person will look at your draft and give you feedback through the handout that I provide, right? Here, this handout. Oops, that's the wrong handout. So they'll fill this out for you, and then you will fill one out for them. Because I pair you with one other person. So you switch paper, and then you give each other feedback using this handout. And back to Raylene's question, or question about extra credit. Because this costs money, and I'm thinking of it would be logical for me to give you extra credit on this. So it sounds like a good idea, Raylene. So I think I'll do that. I'll make an announcement saying, if you go to this event, you know, you get extra credit. But that means that if for the students who live far away, it could be problematic. But this is a choice then, and it seems that this is a good idea. Yeah, extra credit is a good idea. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, I know that he's gonna publish the sequel to The Sympathizer, and if you happen to finish the book later on, or you have finished the book already, you see why the sequel is necessary. Oh wow, Stockton, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that certainly will qualify you for the extra credit. Yeah, and I wouldn't. I mean, that's a lot of effort on your part, but yeah, Stockton is far away, but it's still reachable. I mean, I know a few students might be further, even further from San Jose than Stockton. So for those students, it might not be feasible because they're too far away. At any rate, thank you for attending our meeting today, and join me again tomorrow if you have more questions. Specifically, if you want me to give you feedback on your personal essay. Okay, so I will try to share or post this Zoom recording on the playlist on YouTube channel. And I need to go to a meeting, so see you guys later. Take care.